It's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's Rogue, or should I call you Storm? The reason why you're on my guest today, because guess what? You have a lot of gray hairs. I know you're a young person. With that being said, welcome to Real Talk No Filter.
Thank you for having me, Chainsaw Phoenix. I appreciate it and love the topic of conversation that you're having, that you're hosting today, and having me as a guest.
Thank you so much. So, first off and foremost, when did you start going gray?
So I started going gray when I was about 13. That was the first time I started seeing grays, and then 16 was a little more pronounced. That's when I started coloring my hair with like highlights and root touch-up kits and stuff. And then going full like root to tip gray and getting rid of highlighting my hair. I started that in November 2017 up until about June 2018. So that's how long it kind of took to grow it out and fully transition.
That's awesome. Um, so again, having grays at such a young age, um, I assume you dyed it as much as you can and hide it or whatever like that. But again, going gray at 13, going into especially going into your teenage years, going to high school, how did you cope with it? And was there any like psychological effects in regards to it? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of might be some teasing from kids.
Oh, for sure. Like, I was mortified if someone saw that I had a gray hair or something. So, yeah, I did everything I could to cover them up and hide them. There's certain hairstyles that I wouldn't do because it would show off roots or areas that I wouldn't be able to see. And then I planned my hair coloring routine,
Mm.
if you will, around my life schedule as well as my travel schedule. If I was going in a chlorine pool or in a saltwater sea, it would pull the color out. So I would have to bring products to try and cover it up as best as I could. And yeah, it was a lot of work, a lot of maintenance. Yeah, a lot of time in the salons for sure.
I'm pretty sure they appreciate your business.
I don't miss giving them my business, I'll tell you that. But there is it. It's not just just stop coloring your hair and that's it. But there is some maintenance to it. So I'm sure we'll get to that
Oh
as we keep
yes.
talking. Yeah.
Well, in regards to that as well, at what point did you say, you know what, I got gray hairs? When did you actually decide to just love it, embrace it? What triggered you to actually just do that, or did anything trigger you to just keep it?
Um, what triggered me, I guess, if you will, to grow it out was, I guess, encouragement from my husband, who he was the one who was saying like just go natural,
Mm.
and he I embraced it reluctantly, and now I'm grateful for it because I love it. Like I couldn't imagine going back to all that madness and of coloring hair, etc. Because especially during COVID, I would, oh my God, I think I'd have to wear a wig. So
You mentioned earlier that your husband was a great support system for you in regards to keeping your gray. I've seen him like on the news and even like something trending, something called ombre gray or something like that. What
gray
is that?
ombre. Yep. So gray ombre is just I guess a transition of gray shades within your hair. So it kind of looks like highlights, um, but not like it's a style of hair coloring, if you will. And so naturally, my hair kind of does that, or my
That's
hair.
awesome.
Yeah, so I tend to get asked, oh, did you do that to your hair, or is that natural? Because that style is trending right now, and I think that's what's helped me to continue with keeping my hair this color, and this style. And yeah, yes, my husband did support me with going natural and getting rid of all the chemical treatments and the time that I was spending on coloring my hair. And I think what helped is, I guess, that it was trending and just to do something different as well and stand out. And I love it. Like at least once a week, someone will ask me, whether I'm in the dollar store or Costco or wherever, be like, "Oh my gosh, your hair! How did you do it?" And ask for advice on what I would suggest if they were going that route.
So saying that, is it hard to maintain like that gray color of it, or is it just something that will like? And honestly, I like my hair is just, that's why I'm wearing a hat. I barely have any hair to be honest with you, but like I know like a lot of females pride themselves with their hair, so they always say like with females' hair, it's like really with beauty in a sense. So I know you see a lot of females product and so on and so forth. I'm not sure if you have like a certain I'll say wash that you do or certain cleanse or soap that you use for your hair?
Definitely. So I use a couple of purple based or products that are specifically for like blonde or silver or platinum hair.
Mhm,
I'll send you the links of the products. You can link them below.
mhm,
That I maintain because the grays does have a dull color and they do pick up a lot of styling product residue. So I use a clarifying shampoo that has like like no parabens and gluten and sulfates and stuff to try and wash out all the styling products. And then I use like shampoo and conditioner specifically for that have a purple tinge to them that have that help to bring out the color of it and
mhm.
moisturize as well because it's gray is just color without sorry, it's hair without color or like a pigment. And it tends to look kind of dry or it has a different texture to it. So you have to maintain the health of your hair overall. So yeah, it's not just like, oh, I've stopped coloring my hair. I'm like maintenance free. No, there's still a little bit of maintenance to it. Not as much, obviously not being in the salon, but there's some at home stuff we can do. So I will send you the products that I use, and I would recommend that you could put that below in the video.
Awesome. Thank you so much. In regards to something I called you in the beginning, I called you Rogue and Storm. I'm not sure if you know who those characters are, so I'm so
I
sorry for that.
do.
Oh, that's even better. So for the people that don't know that, these are X-Men characters. So Rogue actually had a silver sliver of like gray hair going down, and Storm, pretty much all her hair was either white or gray at some point. So did you ever grow up with a nickname because of your hair?
No, thankfully not.
That's
No, but
good.
I did nickname this lovely little patch that I
Mhm,
have. Kind of turn it here, where you can see like the streak here. Let me get a little
mhm,
bit closer. I used to call this little patch that I would have to color quite like that was the first spot I'd have to color. Was my call it my skunk patch
mhm.
because it was quite white, and I was so self-conscious about it. I would hide it. I would do everything I could to color it and cover it up. And now I show it off. Like I'm constantly wearing my hair on this side of my hair or this side versus the other side where you can't. Well, there, if you can see the streak here, but I
Yes,
could
yes.
hide it. I could kind of hide it, and then you don't really know that that I'm silver, right? Depending
Mhm.
on how I want to part my hair. So depends, if I'm going for a job interview or something, then I would, you know, hide it a bit or, show it off, depending on. So I love it.
My personal advice, rock the gray. Um, Biggest thing I should say, it should be trended on Twitter saying hashtag um, rock the gray. Just rock the gray. Sometimes you just got to have that boost in it. And I love the confidence that you're showing because that's sorry, embrace the gray. I like that better. Hashtag embrace your grays.
Embrace the gray.
Um, so saying that, I like the fact that again you're embracing your grays because a lot of people they have a lot of coloring product on the market in regards to that. A lot of people don't want to show those grays. I know there is like the stigma between men and women with the grays as well. So I'm pretty sure you might have dealt with that as well, or might have some consciously as well thought about that because you have guys that have that gray hair, like if they show that it's very masculine in a sense, versus women with the gray hair, it's like, oh, they're way too old, so don't bother with them in a sense. No offense.
Exactly. Exactly. I could think of two examples for men, which is George Clooney, Idris Elba, where it's coveted when they turn to have a little bit of a salt and pepper to their hair, like, oh, they look distinguished and they're on the cover of GQ magazine. But for women, that's not celebrated, right? Like, yeah, you look old, you're tired, and even, if you do rock it, you can be a little eccentric. For example, like Cruella DeVille, right? She has that streak as well, and she's right, mature, a little very crazy. So just how that's portrayed in the media, right? Of not embracing it in a nice way or a sexy way versus
Yeah, exactly.
right.
So my advice for everybody, like I said, hashtag embrace the grays. Anything that you want like to say to the viewers and listeners of this podcast?
I would suggest if anyone is wanting to, if they want to transition or they've thought about transitioning to their natural hair color, to plan it out, try and do it over the winter months. Why I say winter, say like November or after Christmas, is you don't have a lot of weddings or events that you have to go to where you'll be showing your hair. So that's a good time to kind of grow out your hair privately and see how it looks, and then decide if you want to continue growing it out or if you want to continue coloring it. And then, yes, there is some product investment as well because of the purple shampoos and some of the moisturizers and stuff too. But definitely talk to your stylist and plan that out. And yeah, you know, embrace the transition for sure. And yeah, I hope that there is a circle. You know, you have a great circle of people that will cheer you on as opposed to jeer you. Like, oh, what are you doing to your hair? Right? Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Hashtag embrace the grays. This is your host, Chainsaw Phoenix. Natalie, I will see you later because there's going to be another podcast. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. It's going to be very, very interesting. And I hope everyone's going to hear it because it will give a lot of joy. And I'm not sure how to explain it. I don't want to give anything away, to be honest with you.
No, but what we are going to give away is an invitation right now to share this podcast with anyone you know that is transitioning to gray or thinking about it, or you've had a conversation with someone and what does that look like? You know, share this with them. Like it if you liked today's, I guess, podcast as well. If you have any comments below of, you know, any questions, more than happy to answer them. And if you have any products as well, product recommendations, please put them below as well. Like, let's, you know, start a chat after hearing what I've had to say and what we've been talking about as well, about embracing your natural color, especially during COVID. Some people had to embrace it, whether they liked it or not. Yeah.
That is very true. Well, like always, this is Chainsaw Phoenix, heading to the exit. Take care.
Thank you.